I assume that worked anyway, just to be sure. Big ship, the triangle test, station hangars. There we go. Right, we are synced up. Hey there guys, welcome back to Space Engineers, and I'm not currently in a world as yet because I want to actually give you a quick little rundown of what's been going on. I've got a concept world there, which is just something I like to build random things on, get some ideas before I actually get around to things. I've got my backups with my building economy things. I've got the big ship right here. I think that's where I'm in the middle of. That's the one I actually have done, so I'll get to it in a moment. And I've got the station hangars, or well, I've called them the station hangars now because they're the way things have worked. I'm going to have to show you in the thing. I've got this world here, which is triangle test, and I will be making a separate video on that world because there is some information there that I think would be useful to be out on a YouTube channel, which there may already be, but I didn't bother to check YouTube. I just checked things, posts and stuff. But anyway, let's go into my big ship and I will show you around it because I have completed it, and you may have already seen up on Steam if you check me on Steam, because obviously I upload them to Steam. I have two variants. I have the variant where there is the small ships that I wanted in with it, well, most of them in there, and I have one without the actual small ships connected up. That's the one uploaded to Steam. So, and they're both put down for the exploration mode, just in case. And it didn't turn out as awesome looking as I would hope in the end. Just waiting for this to load. It takes a while, but it didn't turn out as awesome looking because I'm not the best designer. But I done all right, I think. It was tough going. I had so many different ways. I kept restarting in a way. I had to resize the actual original hangars that I made, because it didn't necessarily want to work out like that and things, and yeah, so I had to resize it. So there's now only it's still pretty much the same amount in a way, because there's now only one per hangar of the two of them, of the scout and the miner drone, and then there's only the two in the actual. I will show you when it comes up, but it's taking its time to load, and there are only two of the actual cargo vessels, so wow, this is really taking a time. There we go. Right, okay, you can see the lovely greenness and an actual hangar deck right there. So if I just zoom out a little bit, and I've set up everything pretty much that needs to be done. There's one of the small ships that was around. Is there another one around? There's probably on the other side, the other ones. So you can see that it is called Infinity. This is the Deep Space Explorer. It all has large thrusters. I'll zoom. If I go into spectator mode, it's F8, isn't it? Where I can fly around the spectator. Yes, right. Let's speed me up a bit. There I am. I can show you a bit better. So that's what it looks like from the front. It has only large thrusters. It has no small thrusters. The thrusters don't look awesome, but I think it's kind of okay looking in a way. So yeah, it's obviously called the Infinity Deep Space Explorer. It has a few actual defences up on top. It has none on the bottom. It is rather weakened there, but then that's just how I designed it. Yeah, okay, you're blue. It may not have been supposed to have been like that, but that's just how it's painted on the inside, so I didn't notice that one until now. But never mind. The one thing that I have had to cut down on the ships, so I didn't end up putting in my skimmer or the actual drone that I was going to put in as a hologram thing that shoot it out. That would have been awesome to do, but it didn't work with this in the end. But as you can see, I've got my hangars all set up with the black and things like this, and then at the back there's all these thrusters. It's not a very fast ship despite all of them because it's really heavy, but it's got just the right amount of triangles. So I go back onto F6 so I can actually go and fly in. So we'll go in through one of the proper entrances. I've set up the actual gravity to be perfectly so that you can't get to it. You probably will be able to in here. There might be a little bit here. Yeah, there's just a little bit in this little bit, but that's just how it is. Maybe I suppose that's not a bad thing. If I put a door here somehow, but that would just be a lot of work. But it's not terrible. And then out of gravity. But yeah, I've set the gravity up so that it's the actual field is perfectly aligned around the ship, so that it doesn't go out anywhere excess. So you literally just have to fly into here, and you don't quite get it here. I thought but maybe made it just a little bit better, but maybe you have to hope with. No, it's not even here, is it? Why is it? There it is. Just come on, just go through the door. There we go. Right, let's shut down. So whereabouts does it go off? I don't know. Right there. Oh god, I'm flying. Interesting. But yeah, it's literally right at the door. Maybe I need to adjust it just slightly so it's not quite so bad. But yeah, that's the one of the entrance doors, and you come into this sort of like hangar deck sort of thing. There's security things. There's a camera up there that can be spotted by like the control points. There's another security camera here, and this door goes out onto the scout deck. This is the scout deck like maintenance bit. So even the doors are numbered. Like named and things, so if I press K you'll see that this says the Port Scout Maintenance Deck, which is basically what door it is. I've done that to every single door. You wouldn't believe how much time that took, and it's all set up with other things. I've got obviously the flight deck up top here. If you run up this way, through here, coming through here, and then obviously you can get into the actual scout ship if it was parked up, which I don't think there is any, because this is it's at the point where I was saving it for the variant without them on there, because I think I forgot to put certain things in. And obviously it's all fueled up and things. Let's go through here. This is the actual airlock, so to say, even though there's not a proper thing for airlocks at the moment, but it's an airlock, and there's a sort of turret in here as well. I feel like bobbing's a bit crazy right now. Don't know why. Coming through this one. Press it. Right. And then in here there is the control point for those little things. So if you press that button, what was it, just T, that would open up the airlock just there, or close it, because I might have left it open, but that's for that one. And then that one will open that one up again and close it. This one would turn on that gun turret, so just in case someone manages to get in here, and that one will turn on those gun turrets, and they're set up for anything moving, because there is no, at the moment, thingamajig setting for people, yeah, allies and stuff. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go that way first. This is the cargo vessel cargo point. Each of these are named for what they contain, like ore container, well, not connectors. Connectors aren't done, but weapons container. Haven't really got much in there at the moment. Just like a few guns and some ammo for it. I don't know if that's maybe too many guns, but probably put too many in there. But there's a few things there, and there's the ammo for the rest of the actual ship itself, and obviously I think there's one in each of the interior turrets as well, and some uranium in there. I think it's probably too much uranium in there probably, but never mind. And there's some ammo in each of the flips ammo machine defense things. So if I come down this way, I've got another connection, another thingy here. Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. I shouldn't worry about opening and closing all these doors properly. The paint job is a little bit off on the inside sometimes, so especially in here. So I didn't really care so much for this bit, because it's kind of like a in-between workstation bit. So I didn't think it mattered too much. So here is the maintenance decks for the cargo vessels. So obviously there'll be them parked in there. And up top would be, well, I'm sure, let's go this way first. This one is the maintenance deck for the miner drone, or not the drone as it is miner, with the flight deck up there. And obviously you had the flight deck up on that one, I can't be asked to go up the stairs for it. This is the same thing, it has a gun turret there, interior turret in there, another camera up top, with another control point for it on that bit, and down here, might as well go down here, jump down here, is where we can access all our gyroscopes if we wanted to, the gravity generators, any batteries if we wanted them, and down here would be the reactors all lined up so that you can access them. It doesn't look amazing, but and there's a bit of a light down here. It's not perfectly done because obviously you've had to go down one of these slants. I couldn't get it so that you only had to go down, that you could go down the proper ones, because I couldn't move this around any better, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, so you'll notice you run around. Oh, on the outside, yeah, it was only 0.5, just about. And then as you come on in, it's at a 1 because of the way these two overlap. So that they're only at a 0.5 each, so that then they overlap. Let's jump up and go up this way again. And jump. Oh, too early. I wasn't out of the thing. There we go. And in here we have the arc furnace or assembler, refinery, and an arc furnace. Just in a little room, the same on the other side. Everything's mirrored, even though I was kind of half trying not to mirror, but I just mirrored anyway. So I was terrible. Under here we just have a few more, like, crew seats for any random bits. There's not one on either side because I like to put that bit there just to make it look like it's a bit more attached. And over this way, in here, we have 2 medical rooms, so we got 1 medical room in here. I probably should have painted this a bit better. I probably should have, but never mind. So yeah, we got one of them, and the same on the other side, and then we have the actual flight deck. So we got 4 control points, all set up separately, and actual pilot and co-pilots. So they're all set up on the down on the bottom there. If I press G, I can show you. Down here, so we got the thrusters on the rear. You can override them so that you can just set it on a direct course, and obviously putting it down. The gyros you can turn off on and off for the I think overriding thing. Turn the reactors off if you need to. You can turn the emergency power, that's what the batteries are named as, on to be uncharging or something. Got the weapon systems where you can turn on and off themselves, and then obviously the interior ones that it has all control, whereas on the actual button panels it was just each room itself, but you can just turn them all on if you need to. And all the doors you can close and then turn off so that it stops any other hackers. Have I got any on the second page for this one? No, I think that was just a 1. So if I come out of that one, press T and jump over to the co-pilot one, you'll see that I've actually given him individual jobs. He has the same sort of thing with the thrusters, although he has port, starboard, bottom and top, either side there, so that he can actually like control it in a different way. He can send it off in a direction rather than just straight forward. The pilot does less work than the co-pilot really, and obviously I think he does the gyros as well. Did I not press F2? Okay. He can also turn, I think, the gravity. You can increase and decrease the gravity generators acceleration, so that he can make it difficult for people to walk around if he needs to, or he can just turn them off. I think that's all he has on them. Yep. Come out of his. And then each of these pretty much have the same setup, but slightly differently each time. They each have an actual individual weapon to control, and then they can all look at individual cameras for each of the like 4 control points for like each of the decks, because obviously there's the scout deck, or the scout like hangar, and the actual entrance port, or the external door that come into the one room, so you can look over that. And then there's obviously the cargo and the mining vessel that go into the same hallway on either side of them, so they can each have a control of a camera each. They can control each of the interior turrets for that section, so just in case there's no one at the door, they can actually check on it and do it at the same time. They think they can control the closing of all doors. They can't turn them off themselves, because that's the captain's orders only, so to say, and they can all press the alarm if they have to. So, oh, did I press it right? Oh, you can't quite hear it because I think it's internal. Hang on, let me press V. Will that help? No, that will not help. What if I do zooming in on myself? Nope. Will it work? Nope, it's not going to work on me. I just want to... Oh god, oh god. I just want to... Oh, I can't do it. It will be easier probably if I go and do it through one of these. You can hear it a little bit better. So if I do that, press K, because it'll be easier. Look, alarm, and just play. There you go. You can just hear a warning, enemy detected sound, and a general alarm sound going off for a little bit longer. so they can just set that off if they need to. That's the sound blocks up there. That's pretty much it, I think. I'll give you a look at the triangles. I'll just do it up here quickly. Press K and go to info, and the triangles are literally just in the margin. 349,448. Now I had to think a lot on them, so yeah. I was originally setting it up with like a double thick kind of wall between the hangar and the interior, and having interior walls. I then found that interior walls are a silly thing to use because they have so many triangles. I'll get into more details on it later, but generally I'll just say the basics. Normal armor blocks, or heavy armor blocks, they're exactly the same really, only have like 40 triangles. Interior walls have 3,000 triangles. So I'll just tell you this now. When building for a specific amount of triangles, don't use interior walls. And I'll get into detail more on that in another episode. Probably the next one I'm going to record because I'm on here anyway. But yeah. So I done that. Unfortunately, I still had to stick with 2 interior walls. Mostly because I'd set up all my... I wanted to have some interior walls, or probably all these interior walls, just to have some. But trying to get all the interior lights, these last few lights that I've had to add in to make it look a little bit brighter, and the sound alarm, which probably should paint slightly differently, which isn't probably going to get updated on the Steam Workshop unless I do something a bit more specific to it, but never mind. What am I wanting? I just want a general block, and I want a colour, and I want to make it red. So let's make the alarm blocks red. That's better. And then I come off of that. No, that's not one. Like that. There we go. So yeah, what I was saying. So I wanted to maybe have at least a few of them, but I was trying to get in these and I was losing, like, I was getting closer and closer and I went over, so I thought, okay, if I just get rid of all these ones, that will drop me a lot further down because they're like 3,000 each. But I couldn't get rid of this one right here and the one on the opposite side because I'd already put the actual cockpits on and set all up the stuff on them. So I didn't want to have to go through all that again. So I just had to leave in those 2, but I managed to get it just on target. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this ship. Obviously it's all wired up, so I'll go back onto F8. Sorry, that probably was terrible sound going through your ears just then, because I whistled, sort of. So you can see it's all wired up. Those are all wired. Going down... Oop, where am I going? Down. Oh, jetpack on, off. That doesn't make any difference whilst I'm in this mode. Wired into the... where am I? Why you gotta do it like this? There we go. Wired into each of the cargo containers, and each of the cargo containers are connected into each of the hangar decks. So if you look over to there, you can see it's also connected up, but it goes underneath to the same thing, and they are connected up to all of the refineries and assemblers and bits, and down to the... If I go down enough and find where the heck I've gone, down there we go, and all across the top of the engines. I didn't notice that some of them are green, but I suppose that's only because they're past the point of where you can see. There's only the red ones, front ones you can see, but never mind. I painted it really quickly and badly, but everything's connected up acrosswards as well as like side to side, or yeah, you know what I mean. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for this ship. I'll give you a quick show of what it looks like flying. So let's go... Oh, my jetpack is still on. Let me do that. Get into the ship and just give it a bit of a fly, and you can see that it doesn't... Well, actually, it's not being too bad a speed up, but it is really slow. It hasn't got... It doesn't have any problem with power usage, because obviously it's only going 5% here, and if you try and do more, it doesn't do any difference at all. If we try and do a roll at the same time, yeah, it doesn't do anything, and it gets there eventually. Has my inertial dampeners on? There we go. I was going to say, I'm not slowing down. I think the main purpose of the ship would be to just drift. So yeah, I'm just going to close up all my doors just to make sure. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you like the ship. Oh no, that was the other thing I was going to say. I do still need to make a variant of this where I use the actual hangar doors. I have made it so that they can fit still into this ship. If I go back onto the F8 quickly, just very quickly, the ship's ran away from me. Just go a bit quicker. Yeah. So if you have a look and see, there is still obviously the gap there, and I have made it so that there is enough space to put a piston in with a blast door come down. It might be that I think I've made it so that you have to have one either side, so that it's not the full way. I think it does still work though. 1, 2, 3 plus the piston having about 2. Yeah, it does still work. That one is fine as well. Yeah. So it is still set up so that you can have a blast door come down on it, all from the bottom if it has to be. I just need to make that variant eventually. So yeah, again, hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please leave this video a like. Comment anything you want about asking questions of this ship, or ideas of other things that I could do, and or requests of a certain type of ship. I do probably intend to make it different, have another go at this, because I'm not 100% pleased with it, but I am glad that I have managed to make at least a big ship that works. So yeah, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.